Can you guess what season it is? It's not just fall season, it's football season. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing great football layout, but we're going to ask the age-old question of what to do with that page that you bought at the scrapbook store that you fell in love with, but don't know how to use it. Is it too busy? Does it have too much on it? Is there not a way to center a photograph on it without covering up most of the page? We're going to show you how to slice and dice that page to make it a great layout. Today on The Nifty Scrapbooker. And welcome to another issue of The Nifty Scrapbooker. Today we're going to talk about working with difficult paper. So what we have here is just a plain piece of green cardstock. And if I use my Kiwi Lean template, normally what I do is I just lay it up against here, against the side, draw my line here, bring this over, match it up, draw a little tick mark here, then go and cut it straight, and then cut it down the draw line mark. But what happens if you have a page like this? Now I fell in love with this paper because we're doing the football theme this week. And I love this paper. There's so much I love about it, but how do you put photographs on a page like this? How do you use it? How do you cut it? So what I did is I came up with something ingenious. What I wanted to do is I wanted to keep the touchdowns available. I wanted to keep the football available. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our templates right against the touchdowns on each side. And if you hadn't noticed before, I've already drawn my line. And as you see, it leaves my touchdown available. It leaves this touchdown available. And it leaves my football in the middle available to cut out. So let's go ahead and do that. This week I'm going to be using Madison Avenue Kiwi Lane templates to do it. I have this wonderful fun paper. I have a football shaped paper. It looks like the pig skin. And then I have a piece of paper that has actually footballs on it. So we're going to tie these three pieces of paper together. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my paper trimmer. And we're going to start cutting the touchdowns off the paper. Okay. There we go. There's one touchdown ready and to go. Flip it around. Lay down my guide. Make sure it's on there right. Good. There's my other touchdown. Now, before I get to cutting that some more, let's go ahead and trim these down a little bit. You want to get this on here. Let's see if we can get that paper on there right like that. Just a little bit. There we go. Get that green cut off. So we have these for titles. And there we go. Now all we have to simply do to get these ready is take our scissors and just give it one snip across. Then we have our touchdown ready. Let's go ahead and get our other one ready. These will be nice headings on our football paper. We'll have to see where we want to put those. Let's throw our scraps of paper away. We don't need. Set these touchdowns aside. Now we don't have to ink these because it's in black already. So those won't need to be inked or anything. So we'll just set those aside. Alright, let's go back to our other paper. Now we're just going to follow our guidelines that we drew on our paper. Now since this is green, we will have to ink this. Give it a little definition on the page. There we go. We have one cut. Let's go cut the reverse side. And there we have our other border. Now we're simply going to cut our football out. Leaving the black edge on there. There we go. Now this can be the discard. Let's throw that away. So we'll set our football away. He's outlined in black. We don't have to worry about him. This one we're going to have to do some distress ink on. So I'm going to use the Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo for this one. I use Vintage Photo about more than I do any of the other colors, and I have a lot of other colors of his distress ink. But I usually use the minis for those, like this is Black Soot. But I got a bigger one because I use this one the most. So the first weekend we talked about soccer. Last weekend we talked about fall. This weekend we were talking about football. And of course next weekend, what else would it be but talk about Halloween. There we go. Got that one edged. And edge this one. And we'll start putting together our pages. Now this week I didn't put together any of the pages because I had to get this stuff all cut out and I wanted to show you how I was going to do it. So we're going to put together 2 pages today. Let's see how simple it is to put them together. All right, there we go. Our distress ink is done. Let's put our pages together. All right. So what I chose for the background is this great green. I thought that looked like grass and would be really good against this background. I'm going to start with this brown. It looks like leather. I'm going to go ahead and put our adhesive on here. We're going to come down about, I'm going to come over about 1 inch on the paper. Then we're going to grab our field paper. Going to come down about 1/2 inch on that paper. Let's see, there we go. So we have some of all of it showing. Then we're going to come in with our football paper. That's going to go right up against the edge of the paper. Isn't that a great layout? I love that border. Love it. We're going to come down about that far so we can still see the numbers on the field. Put this down. Our touchdown. And let's see, let's measure this and see about how far we want to come down. Let's say about 1.5 inches, I would say. And we're going to come over a bit with that, kind of center it. There we go. Then we're going to bring our pictures in. Now I've already pre-cut these shapes, and we're just going to do 2 shapes per page. These are 4x4s. I didn't do any 4x6s today. Just lay those on here. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting in my box of journaling boxes. I'm going to put a journal box on this one. Let's see what we got here as far as journaling boxes. I like to keep a lot of journaling boxes on hand. I have all kinds of fruit and shapes, and we just want something just, let's see, this way. That's the size we want. There we go, there's a nice journaling box. Put that back away. Now here's a journaling box, okay? So what a journaling box is, of course, is what we do is journal on it. So what we want to do with this is we're going to just take our distress ink, we're going to be edging it a little bit, then we're going to be using that football. Okay? Alrighty, we're done with the distress ink on that one. We're going to lay it right in here, and then we're going to take our football and do like that. See, isn't that a cool journaling box? So let's go ahead and adhese this down. Bring this over here, about that close. Get our football that we cut out. Lay it kind of sideways across here. Then we have a nice journaling box to write well on. And that's page number 1. Let's do the other side. We'll do this similarly. And just bring a layer of paper down where I can see the marks on my paper. We're going to be putting this paper down first. Doing it about 1 inch up there. Oops, make sure I get it on there first. There we go. I'm going to get our field paper here. Bring it a 1/2 inch down. You know what? I don't see much of that. So see, you can kind of fiddle with it as you can. So I want to see a little more of that. So I'm going to bring it all the way to the edge. Because I didn't get it, you couldn't see much of this with this template. We didn't take it over far enough, so we're going to leave that down on the edge, and then we'll just put this on top of it. The same area. Here we go. There we got our border. Here's our touchdown. We'll be coming down about 1.5 inches. Pull that across. We're going to be bringing our photos in. Oh, we have 3 photos. Here, let's see if we can get these 3 photos in here. I didn't realize I had 3 photo boxes left. So that'll be great for this. There we go. Let's get these 3 photo boxes on here. That way we have more pictures. I forgot I cut 5 of those. So that'll fill up this page. We have 2 boxes on the other side with the journaling box, and we have 3 boxes on this side. So it balances out the paper on each side. There we go. Let's go ahead and get our other paper out. And there we go. There's our touchdowns football paper. And can you imagine your kids' sports, your favorite sports team, for whether you're a football fan for the NFL, or whether you have kids in Little League, or if you have a teenager that's playing high school football, this would be a great layout for your football team. So I hope you enjoyed this great layout from the Nifty Scrapbooker, and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to miss our Halloween special next week on the Nifty Scrapbooker. Bye! Hey, and before we end up, I wanted to tell you, don't forget to click down below and like and subscribe. Check me out on Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. Also, you can check me out on my blog at www.thenifty-scrapbooker.wordpress.com. And also, you can check out my site to purchase things. If you'd like to purchase any of the Kiwi templates like Madison Avenue, like I used today, or some of the other templates I've used in the past, all you have to do is go on my website there at create.kiwilane.com/the Nifty Scrapbooker, and you can purchase it and have it shipped right to your home. We'll see you next week for the Halloween layout in our special next week. See you then. Bye.